Hi, my name is Mariano Zeron, and in this video I'm going to show you how to serialize and deserialize MoCaX objects. Now let's jump into some code that I've prepared to show you how to do this. So let's say that I'm interested in replicating a function. In this case, or in this example, is the Black-Scholes pricing function, and I'm going to use some code that I obtained from the previous videos where I showed you how to build a MoCaX object. So there's the bit of code that resulted from that. So by now, we should know how to build MoCaX object with all the parameters that we want to pass it. We've finally built the object, and we've got this object that we've printed to see exactly what is it that we have. So we have an object with a mesh of size 15. The dimensionality is 1. The domain is between 50 and 150. And we see that we asked it to have a derivative order of 1. So we can replicate the original function, which is Black-Scholes, and also its derivative, which is the delta function. Now, let's assume that you got the function, you've been using it all day long, but then you want to shut down your system, and the following day you happen to need that MoCaX object again. Given that, so far, when I'm working, the object is loaded into memory, but when you shut down the system, that gets lost. It's ideal to be able to store it for longer periods of time. Also, there's someone else that is going to need the functionality or the object that you just built, and they don't have access direct access to your environment. An easy way of sending them this functionality would be just to store it in the disk and send it to them. It could be even sent through an email. So what we need to do is serialize the object. To do that, we have a method called serialize that you can see down here. You can also check the description of it in the documentation. But it's as simple as just calling the serialize method and passing a string, which is the name of the file that you'll create. If we run that bit of code, first of all, let's take a look at the current working directory. So this is where all my files are. This is where I'm working at the moment. I don't see anything apart from a .py file. If I run the code over here, I want to serialize the object that I just created. You'll see that this has been created. We've got a new file here. That file contains all the information from the object, so that if you come the following day and you want to load that object, the only thing that you need to do is call this function deserialize from within the class MoCaX. Pass the name of the file that you saved the previous day or some other time, or the file that somebody sent you, and you immediately have, or you will have immediately loaded an object that if you print, you'll see is identical, at least in the description that you obtained from the print function. It's identical to the one that you had built before. The one that I had built before is this one, which is highlighted. The one that I've just deserialized is this one at the bottom, which has the same description. And then you can just use it the same way that you're using the other objects. For example, if I want to evaluate one and the other one, or both of them at the same point, let's say at value 100, we should obtain the same value, which is indeed the case. So the value of a MoCaX object is this one here, and of the deserialized object is this one here. So just as simple as that, you can serialize and deserialize objects. Quite useful, so that you can store the objects for a longer period of time. You can also send it to other people that may use it. Thank you very much. See you in future videos to show you further functionality that the library offers.